and Grants Award ceremony for UCC. We would be starting in a few minutes. Please bear with us. In a few minutes, we would commence the event. Thank you. you. Good morning once again. Good morning. Thank you. Forgive me again for the late start. I would invite our former Vice Chancellor, Prof. Gatampia, to take a seat up. I would invite all provosts to also take their seats up stage. All provosts to take their seats up stage. Dr. Kobla, the University Librarian. Thank you very much. Can we applaud them whilst they make their way up? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we've had an amazing week, and it has been the first Research and Innovation Week and the 9th Research and Grant Award ceremony, which we're having this morning. Over the past 3 days, on Monday, we witnessed the opening ceremony and exhibition for the first Research and Innovation Week. And on Tuesday, we had a thought-provoking panel discussion with seasoned panelists like the former Vice Chancellor of the University of Education, Winneba, Professor Jofus Anamwa-Mensah. We also had the former Pro-VC of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Professor Ellis Owusu-Dabo. We also had our very own Director of ASCO, UCC, Professor Dennis Walonyo Aheto. And we had Professor Michael Oseidu moderating the discussion, which was on the topic, creation of research centers of excellence for sustainable development. Yesterday, we had yet another insightful lecture, which was delivered by Professor Ernest Aite. He is a former Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana and former Secretary General of ARUA. His topic was on funding of research for sustainable development in Ghana, the role of ARUA, universities, and regional bodies. This morning, I'm pleased to welcome you to the 9th Research Awards and Grant Ceremony of University of Cape Coast. My name is Akosia Chiabiasaki. I'm so pleased to be your MC. With a round of applause, please help me welcome Reverend Dr. Patrick Kwampa to give us the opening prayer.
Maybe you would like to rise for a word of prayer. Shall we pray? Almighty, all-knowing, immortal, invisible God, the omniscience, we thank you for the height that you've brought the University of Cape Coast up to, and the good works that you continue to do through its leadership, management, Tvucc, and the entire university. As the university has purpose to have the 9th Research Awards and Grant Ceremony today, we commit the SGS Auditorium into your hands. We ask for your presence and leading. We commit every aspect of the program into your hands, and we ask that may you make everything beautiful to your glory. We thank you for an answered prayer. This we pray in the name of God the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you very much, Reverend. Let's kindly take our seats. We'll take the welcome address by the Director of Tvucc, Professor David Tvucc. Let's welcome him with a round of applause.
Vice Chancellor Professor Johnson Nyakombwampo, former Vice Chancellor Professor Katiampia, our keynote speaker, Mr. Justice Odoikwe Odoi, other former Vice Chancellors present, Provost, Deans, Directors, Heads of Department, and other duty bearers, distinguished invited guests from sister universities and research institutes, reps of government, ministries, departments, and agencies, faculty and students, the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is truly an honor for me to be here today to welcome all of you to this special event. Today is the fourth and the last of the week-long event, which is the first Research and Innovation Week and the 9th Research Awards and Grants Ceremony. We had exhibitions of research and innovation from faculty from Monday through to yesterday. We had panel discussions on Tuesday, and yesterday Professor Tvucc shared his unparalleled experience with us as an astute scholar and an outstanding university administrator when he delivered a public lecture on the role of universities, ARUA, and other regional bodies in funding research and innovation for sustainable development. Today, we celebrate not only the recipients of the Research Support Grant and the Best Researcher Awards, but commitment to encourage rigorous and innovative research that defines our university community. These awards symbolize our dedication to excellence, our readiness to explore uncharted territories, and our collective commitment to addressing the needs of Ghana and the global community. As we celebrate, let us reaffirm our commitment to addressing knowledge that builds on a more sustainable and inclusive future for all. Research and innovation are the agents of development, especially as Ghana faces unique challenges such as climate change, resource dependency, and social inequalities. Ladies and gentlemen, the Directorate of Research, Innovation and Consultancy, Tvucc, as part of its mandate, seeks to stimulate research excellence, innovation, and grant-making within the University of Cape Coast and beyond. In pursuit of this agenda, the University of Cape Coast, through Tvucc, has promoted and increased the quality and quantity of research output of the university over the past half or so decades by encouraging the publication of scientific papers in credible outlets, including Scopus Index journals. These collective efforts have contributed to UCC's performances as a research-intensive university, not only in Ghana, West Africa, but also globally. I'll reserve the rest of those accolades for the Vice-Chancellor. Despite these achievements, there are several areas that the university needs to improve to enhance its core mandate of teaching, research, and outreach services, especially in the area of research. Whilst lauding the university for the research support grant which we are receiving today, and the research awards which colleagues will receive today, and also for their contribution to supporting our conference attendance, we also encourage the university to look at the need to improve the research and learning environment and providing resources in that regard. Particularly, the provision of basic research infrastructure such as stable internet connectivity, availability of computers for researchers, subscription of software, renovation and retooling of existing laboratories, as well as the establishment of new state-of-the-art laboratories. Ladies and gentlemen, today's occasion is meant to celebrate research activities closely aligned with the thematic areas in the University of Cape Coast research agenda and the interests of research, the research interests of faculty across the university. The Best Researcher Awards, which will be received by colleagues today, is meant to support quality research and encourage research excellence and innovation among faculty. The research grant provides seed money for faculty to conduct short-term, small-scale research, which will enable them to test the proof of concept and leverage on that for bigger external grant applications. The goal of the Best Researcher Award, however, is to reward hardworking staff and inspire them for greater accomplishment. The Best Researcher Awards and the Research Support Grant together demonstrate the university's continued commitment to providing resources and supporting research excellence and that impact our society. The event will also serve as a platform to acknowledge those who have made direct contributions to the university's sterling performance in the 2025 Times Higher Education World University Rankings. In this category, we have 3 awards. Awards for faculty who have contributed to our research income used in the ranking for our university this year. Second category, faculty who have produced the highest number of Scopus Index papers in the data submitted for our ranking this year. The third category goes to the faculties who have produced the highest number of research quality or research influence measured by number of citations in the data submitted for our ranking this year. Ladies and gentlemen, in response to the 9th call for proposals, we received 62 proposals for research support grant and 11 applications for Best Researcher Awards. A total of 39 proposals and 4 Best Researcher applications were successful after a rigorous review process by our assessors. I want to say a very big thank you to our able assessors who have supported us to be able to reach a decision as to the project to award. The summary of the 39 research support grants and the 4 Best Researcher Awards for the 9th Research Award celebration today is as follows. 2 for policy and practice oriented category, 6 for individual category, 12 for research group-led category, 5 for interdepartmental category, another 5 for evidence synthesis, 2 for non-teaching senior members, 7 for special funded, and I should say that the special funded are those research proposals that the assessors deemed very promising, but because of the category that they competed in, they were not successful in those categories. We selected those ones and are supporting them with funding. Then we have 3 Best College Level Researcher Awards, 1 Best Evolved Researcher Award, and then 9 awards for contribution towards our ranking. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme for this year's occasion is Funding Research and Innovation for Sustainable Development, the role of state and non-state actors. This topic is of immense contribution as it addresses the foundation of sustainable progress and resilience. We are very privileged to have a distinguished practitioner with the World Bank, Mr. Justice Odoekwe Odoe, to share his depth of experience with us on this subject. We seek to reflect on how the state and non-state actors can create a comprehensive fund or support system that enables the development of locally driven sustainable solutions to the complex challenges we face. As we celebrate, let us continue to produce impactful research and innovation for sustainable development. I'd like to say congratulations to all our grantees and awardees. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Tvucc, Director of Tvucc, UCC. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to listen to the opening remarks of our chair for this morning, and he is no other person than our Vice Chancellor. With a round of applause, let's welcome Professor Johnson Nyakun Bwampong.
Thank you. Professor Joseph Gatampia, the former Vice Chancellor, UCC. Mr. Gideon Enoch Abekwe, Registrar, UCC. Provosts, Deans, Directors of Academic and Administrative Units, Heads of Departments, and other duty bearers of the university, representatives of government ministries, departments and agencies, Mr. Justice Odoekwe Odoe from the World Bank, and also our distinguished guest speaker, distinguished invited guests from sister universities and research institutions, faculty and students, the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. I deem my presence here as an honor on this first Research and Innovation Week and 9th Research Awards and Grand Ceremony. I would like to warmly welcome you to this year's event. The ceremony is regarded as a special moment of academic gathering set aside to acknowledge and award grants to faculty members to pursue their important research projects which have great potential impact. The day is also a platform to publicly acknowledge and honor outstanding scholarly contributions during the year under review. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are aware, each year, prestigious university ranking bodies around the globe take pains to rigorously assess universities on their core mandate of teaching, research, and community outreach. Let me hasten to take the opportunity of our gathering to publicly announce that this year we are privileged to be ranked by two important ranking outfits, namely the Times Higher Education World University Ranking and the U.S. News report Best Global University Rankings. This year, the Times Higher Education World University Rankings ranked 2,092 universities across the globe, which qualified to be ranked based on calibrated requirements. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the Times Higher Education World University Ranking 2025 rankings, announced with great pleasure that the University of Cape Coast has for the 4th consecutive year been ranked as the best university in Ghana and West Africa. Additionally, on research quality in Ghana and West Africa, UCC is unparalleled at the #1 spot. Furthermore, UCC is among the top 15 universities in Africa and the only university in Ghana that is in the top 15 ranked universities in Africa. UCC has also maintained its position as one of the leading research-intensive universities globally. UCC thus becomes the first institution in Ghana and West Africa to have achieved this enviable scholarly feat. Furthermore, UCC finally met the requirements for its maiden entry into the list of 2,250 qualified universities that were ranked by the U.S. News and World Report Best Global Universities Rankings. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, once again, similar to our records in the Times Higher Education World University Ranking, our maiden entry into the U.S. News and World Report Best Global University Rankings saw UCC ranked as the topmost university in Ghana. These ranking achievements are a demonstration of the daunting efforts of our faculty in projecting the name of UCC on the global horizon, and thus are worth celebrating on this momentous occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, let me emphasize that the pathway of academic research and publication is very challenging and thus requires tenacity, commitment, ingenuity, passion, and self-motivation in its pursuit. I wish to express our profound gratitude and admiration to our cherished researchers, not only for the tangible and intangible outputs of their research prowess, but rather also the concealed sacrifices they have made and endured throughout their research endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, it cannot be gainsaid that impactful, transdisciplinary, and multidisciplinary research is pivotal to our sustainable development. Such researches have become the standard for new and original knowledge discoveries, confronting the status quo, revolutionizing existing methodologies, and providing answers to the challenges of our contemporary world. Quality research has become a panacea to addressing topical and wiki problems such as climate change, food insecurity, food safety, disease outbreaks and pandemics, fragile education systems, social and epistemic injustice, pollution, land degradation, and other issues that border on the very well-being of our planet for a sustainable future. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Vice Chancellor of this great university, I take immense pride in the inroads that UCC has made in pushing the frontiers of quality research and becoming a hub of research excellence over the past years. Our culture of research excellence has, without a doubt, made significant contribution towards healthcare and social and technological innovations, as witnessed during the Research and Innovation exhibition this week. Ladies and gentlemen, the aforementioned contributions from our research works would have been impossible without funding. This places funding as a cornerstone for carrying out cutting-edge research. It is in the light of this that our theme for this year's RAG ceremony is captioned Funding Research and Innovation for Sustainable Development, the role of state and non-state actors. We are very grateful to have a distinguished keynote speaker, Mr. Justice Odokwe Odoi, of the World Bank Country Office in Accra, who has hands-on experience to share thoughts on the subject with us. Ladies and gentlemen, there is the need for collective effort from government, higher educational institutions, civil society organizations, non-governmental organizations, and external funding bodies to realize the importance of intentionally committing funds for research needed to solve our societal challenges. I take this opportunity to recognize the generous support of our funding partners from government agencies, industry, philanthropic organizations, world bodies, as well as our institutional collaborators on your vital contributions towards our research activities. I believe that together we are building a foundation for innovation, discovery, and progress, a panacea to our sustainable development. Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate the achievement of today's awardees and grantees, it behoves on us to have futuristic projections on the basis of our rapidly changing world and the evolving nature of research and adaptation to the latter. This is because the advent of new technologies, global challenges, and societal shifts will definitely shape our current approaches to research and innovation. From January 2023 to July this year, the university has supported 120 faculty members with a total amount of over 1.8 million Ghana cedis to attend conferences and workshops abroad. I want to take this one again just to reinforce that the university is also investing in research. From January 2023 to July this year, we have not ended the year. The university has supported 120 members with a total of over 1.8 million Ghana cedis to attend conferences and workshops abroad. As a university, we are committed to staying at the forefront of these changes through conscious investment into cutting-edge research facilities. The reason why we are building new offices for academic staff, new laboratories, equipping new and existing ones, among others. Also supporting interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary research initiatives and nurturing the next generation of researchers despite the scanty resources. I want to say again, despite the scanty resources. The university management will continue to support the Technology Transfer Office, as well as the Design Thinking and Innovation Hub, to scout our research and innovation outputs to generate spin-offs out of our innovative works to promote entrepreneurship. We are motivated in pursuing our ultimate goal of ensuring that our institution remains a global leader in research excellence as expressed in our vision. Finally, we should continue to work assiduously and have a meaningful impact on society. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, join me to extend my heartfelt congratulations to all awardees and grantees. Surely, they are an inspiration to peers, colleagues, students, and the entire academic community. As we celebrate the day, let us also reflect on the need to consciously improve upon our successes, embrace collaboration, and remain committed to excellence in research. Together, we can create a sustainable future for our institution and communities and the world. I hope you all join me to chair this function to a successful end. And that I thank you, and I wish you pleasant research and awards ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. Pretty shortly, we would be listening to our keynoter deliver his address. Ahead of that, I'll call the Department of Music to give us a cultural interlude. Whilst that will be going on, I know Dr. Tvucc Adam would not like this one, but I would invite him to come up. He usually would want to hide. But Dr. Tvucc Adam, please come up stage. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much, Department of Music and Dance. So I invited Dr. Michael Bwachiando to come upstage, but Prof. Chair, one may ask, who is he? He is the Director of IEPA UNESCO Category 2, Director General of the IEPA UNESCO Category 2 Center. Doc, thank you for being here. So I earlier indicated that we would shortly be listening to our keynoter deliver his address. And to help us with his introduction, help me welcome Dr. Branford Bevel. He is a Deputy Director, Tvucc UCC.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning. Prof. Chair, permit me to leverage the protocol already observed and then discharge the singular duty. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our keynote speaker for this august occasion is an environmental expert with over 17 years of experience in environmental sustainability, project management, policy advisory, and monitoring and evaluation. His expertise spans across sustainable forestry management, agroforestry, landscape restoration, biodiversity protection, climate change mitigation and adaptation, integrated coastal zone management, environmental and social risk assessment, occupational health and safety, and air quality monitoring and management. His professional experience extends across Africa, Asia, Europe, and the United States, giving him a broad perspective on environmental and social challenges. He has contributed extensively to research in both the natural and social sciences. His research interests include pollution, climate change, coastal processes, marine and aquaculture fisheries, land use dynamics, and ecosystem health, with numerous publications in international peer-reviewed reputable journals. Since 2018, our guest speaker has served as a senior environmental specialist with the World Bank, where he is responsible for providing expert guidance on project designs and environmental and social risk management for development projects in Ghana, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Pakistan. Before joining the World Bank, our keynote speaker worked with USAID, that is USAID, as senior environmental advisor, where he played a strategic and lead role in facilitating and managing the grant and technical assistance provided to the University of Cape Coast to establish the Center for Coastal Management. His efforts were instrumental in advancing coastal zone management and promoting research on marine and environmental issues. He holds a multiple master's degree in environmental management from a top-ranked university, University of Southampton in the United Kingdom, again Lund University in Sweden, and University of Twente, Institute for Geoinformation Science and Earth Observation in the Netherlands. Also, he holds a BSc degree with first-class honors in natural resource management from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology in Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, let us invite our keynote speaker for this morning's event, Mr. Justice Odoikoi Odor. Thank you.
Good morning. First of all, let me congratulate the University of Cape Coast for a very detailed research, a strategic plan for the university, which has a very strong thematic area on research. And it's no doubt why you are now enjoying all the top ranks in terms of Ghana and West Africa. And I'm happy to be here this morning. I consider myself as a friend of University of Cape Coast, even though I never attended University of Cape Coast. Like my profile said, I'm from the University of Science and Technology. But I know University of Cape Coast is now the best, so I'm glad to be associated with the University of Cape Coast. The Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Provost of Colleges, Deans of Faculties and Schools, faculty members and staff, respected representatives from industry partners, government officials if they are here, development agencies, honored awards and grant recipients, and value members of the university communities, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. I am honored to be invited as the keynote speaker for the final event of the University of Cape Coast first Research and Awards Week and the 9th Research Awards Grant Ceremony on a theme that is not only timely, but critical to our collective future: funding research and innovation for sustainable development, the role of state and non-state actors.
I would kindly ask that our dignitaries off stage would descend so that you can have a good view of the screen with the presentation that is just about to commence. Mr. Odoi, forgive us.
The pointer is not working. Can I get some support? It's not changing. Can you change it from there? Okay, thank you very much. Can I continue? Okay, thank you. We meet here today at a critical moment where challenges such as climate change, poverty, food security, insecurity, environmental and public health challenges are growing more complex and urgent. For Ghana, these challenges resonate deeply from increasingly unprecedented weather patterns, impacting agriculture, to the need for modern healthcare solutions and sustainable energy. We all do recognize that in the last few weeks, we've been informed of some dry spell and the possibility that there will be some level of food shortages in Ghana in the coming months. And so climate change is with us, and we cannot run away from it. However, the concept of sustainable development, which envisions meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own, is central to global agenda such as the UN SDGs. Advancing sustainable development is no longer an option. It is an urgent necessity. Achieving the SDGs required a common commitment to robust research and innovation, which is essential for driving progress across all sectors for catalyzing social impact. We all know that the research and innovation ecosystem has a network of both government institutions. We have key players like our ministries that are leading policy directions for Ghana. And we also have the universities which play a significant role in training people for research, but also taking key role in performing the research themselves. We also have institutions like the CSIR that has the mandate to undertake research. So it's important that all key players within the ecosystem play their role, including private sector, as well as civil society and the NGOs. However, to drive sustainable national development through research and innovation, both state and non-state actors must play a critical role in ensuring robust funding. First of all, strengthening policy frameworks, operationalizing the National Research Fund, incentivizing private sector investment, and leveraging development funding. With respect to strengthening the framework for sustainable development and also framework for the policy, Ghana has established a science and innovation policy which was launched in 2010 but has been updated in 2024. There is a need to revitalize that policy to be more inclusive, looking at the other research areas. Currently, the policy promised to allocate about 1% of GDP towards science, technology, and innovation, signaling a commitment to progress. Yet, what matters now is translating this commitment into concrete impact actions that integrate research and innovation within our national strategy. Currently, the government, in terms of GDP, we are looking around 0.38%. However, the African Union and governments have committed themselves to 1%. So there is a need for Ghana to achieve more. Professor Ite yesterday spoke about this and proposed some ways by which the university can engage with policymakers to incentivize the process for more to be done in terms of research. When you look at the statistics in terms of how much Ghana spends on SDI and you compare it to, for example, South Africa, you can significantly see a vast difference. And that is why it is important that we advocate more for resources. To achieve this vision, it is important that the government renews its commitment to the STI policy. Strong stakeholder engagement, support, and buy-in are essential. ensuring that it reflects collective priorities and harnesses the expertise of diverse parties from research institutions to private sector actors and non-governmental civil society organizations. This collective approach would foster ownership and align goals across sectors while emphasizing strategic partnership that effectively allocate resources to initiatives with the greatest impact. Ultimately, robust stakeholder engagement would create a responsive policy framework that drives innovation and sustainable solutions, paving the way for more resilient and prosperous future for Ghana. Civil society must play an active role in advancing the national science, technology, and innovation policy by driving collective collaboration among stakeholders such as the government, private sector, and academia. They should raise awareness and advocate for the policy's importance, ensuring inclusivity by promoting equitable participation in STI. Now, one of the main issues in terms of funding for research is the need to operationalize the research fund. And I know this is a very critical and topical issues because I know there are challenges in terms of how this policy or fund was developed, and the fact that some of the people that have interest in research also see some challenges with this, the way this was developed. The passage of the National Research Fund Act by Parliament marked a significant step towards establishing a primary funding source designed to enhance Ghana's innovation ecosystem. The Act laid the foundation for the National Research Fund, which has the potential to greatly strengthen our research capacity across various sectors. However, despite its promise, the fund is not fully operational, which limits its research impact on the present research needs of Ghana. Before I came for this program, I engaged several professors in different universities in Ghana, including UCC. And one of the things they told me not to talk about is the research and book allowance. They said, Justice, don't go there, otherwise you won't go home successfully. I know the research and book allowance, the name suggests something else, but the actual reality is that it was actually meant to be part of your salary package. So it may not really reflect what the title says. But let me also encourage the need for university lecturers and professors and university as a whole, and maybe also be bold to mention UTAG, to support the research and book allowance, the research fund. And however, I'm also proposing the need to engage further in the operationalizing the National Research Fund. The delay operationalization of this fund represents a key challenge. To realize the full benefit of this initiative, it is essential that we prioritize the activation and effective implementation of the fund, enabling it to fulfill its intended purpose and drive meaningful advancement in research innovation in Ghana. To ensure a steady flow of funds dedicated to research and innovation priorities, the government should consider establishing the Research and Innovation Levy. targeted at sectors and businesses which has substantial environmental and social and health impact, such as timber, mining, oil and gas, plastic, electronic waste, tobacco, and the beverage industries. By focusing on industries that contribute significantly to challenges such as pollution, resource depletion, and public health burden, this approach would ensure that the funding responsibility assigned with the need to mitigate this impact without placing an additional burden on the ordinary citizen. I've heard some people saying, hey, you are proposing a levy. The truth of the matter is, we need the resources. If we really want to do a lot in Ghana and to be impactful, the US today is the father of the nations because they've invested so much in research and innovations. The US today has a lot of information and data, so they control the world. So if really we want to be impactful, change our country, and achieve results, we have no option than to invest in research. And how do we get the money? We have to find a way to levy and make resources available. It's going to be challenging, but we also need to find a way to do that. Okay. To enhance the effectiveness and equitable distribution of the National Research Fund, I propose that the fund be decentralized, allowing each university and research institution to receive a dedicated allocation. This approach would ensure a fair share of the resources across the research landscape, empowering institutions to address their unique research priorities and challenges. By establishing a competitive process for researchers to access these funds, we can foster innovation and excellence in research while promoting collaboration and knowledge sharing among institutions. This decentralized model would not only enhance transparency and accountability in the distribution of the funds, but also encourage a diverse range of university initiatives that aligns with government's national development. Ultimately, this strategy would enable us to build a robust and dynamic research ecosystem that drives impactful solutions for our communities. Indeed, beyond decentralizing the fund, because that was one of the key concerns of most people or stakeholders in this, perhaps within each university or research institution, it's important to put in place criteria for people to access these resources so that there wouldn't be a capture by what sometimes we refer to elite capture or political capture, so that people would be able to receive these resources on the basis of merit. I urge the relevant stakeholders to lend its invaluable support to the operationalization of the research fund. Your involvement is crucial in shaping a fund that not only addresses our nation's pressing challenges, but also empowers academic institutions to play a leading role in driving research and innovation. I also call on the need to sensitize private sector investment. Private sector investment can play a crucial role in driving research and innovation in Ghana. To harness the full potential of the private sector, it is essential the government creates a conducive environment to encourage investment in research and innovation. The private sector should actively utilize universities as key partners in research, capitalizing on their unique ability to bridge theoretical knowledge with practical application. Within the public-private partnership framework, universities stand out as essential players that can drive innovation and address present societal challenges. By establishing research chairs, funded by private sector partners, companies can deepen their collaboration with academic institutions, fostering a rich environment for cutting-edge research that aligns with industry. In South Africa, AngloGold Ashanti has established a research chair in one of the universities. How have we been able to convince AngloGold Ashanti to establish a research chair in Ghana? Ghana is part of that company, right? Even though it has presence in other African countries, including South Africa. But the name even tells you. But companies would only do that when there's attraction. And you invite them and show that there is a need. So as a university, we also have a responsibility to engage at all levels. I want to encourage the engagement from the Vice Chancellor through to every faculty member to be able to engage with private sector, to identify the opportunities for the private sector to be able to support the university. It's good you have a directorate of research that can lead these discussions. I think on the third day or the second day, there was a discussion that was chaired, I think was moderated by one of the professors. I'm trying to remember the name. Michael Ledu, thank you. And he indicated a research that he wrote, and then USAID, you said, had requested that he works in a particular area. And I laughed. He had a genuine concern. But I have worked with USAID, and I spearheaded USAID support in establishing the Center for Coastal Management, which is now ACOR. The dedication was great, but I think the university can also do more to engage and be able to secure more funding for the university. I called myself a friend of the university because at that time, I identified key members of the faculty who were very active and were very engaging. And I knew there was a promise. At that time, my manager had requested me to identify a university to be able to play a key role in research and development in fisheries. So I met Professor Dennis Atuama, Dennis Aheto in a workshop, and we had this discussion. And then I was able to engage with him. I remember when we met, there were doubts whether this is possible. That the Department of Fisheries and Aquatic Science at that time was really suffering, I must say. But when we met and we engaged, something good came out of it. Something really good came out of it. I remember Professor Blay and late Professor Blay and late Professor Yankson, may their soul rest in peace, were very engaging. And all the department members were very supportive. And that set the foundation for the Center for Coastal Management. And that has really developed today. And I'm really proud of the ACE Corps and the achievements that have been made, led by Professor Dennis Aheto. So I want to say congratulations to the university, but I also want to recommend the need to engage further. Please reach out to the development partners, reach out to the embassies, engage with them, and identify what are the opportunities for the university, especially in the area of research and academic development. Coming back to the story that he said about the fact that USAID requested him to do the research in a different location. And like I said, he has genuine concerns. However, USAID had then established a country development strategy, which was focused on agriculture. And the zone of influence was northern Ghana with particular objective and the rationale. We all know the challenges the North faces, especially in the area of agriculture. So it will be difficult to fund a research outside my strategic plan. And I'm sure VC, when he receives proposals, would ensure how that proposal fits into the strategic plan of the university before he would support. So if you present me a good idea, I like your idea, but perhaps for me to be able to support you, you have to work within my strategic plan. So these are some of the challenges. The issue is not really that they don't want to support you in your area that you want, but they also want to, the taxpayer appreciates that they have put the resources in a particular area. I'm saying this because it is important to engage. I want to re-emphasize, to engage with development private sector, to identify what are the options and resources available to do that. I also want to recommend to Drake to set up a database, if it doesn't already exist, of funding options and availability. And also to set up research teams in place to be able to work on research. The university may also want to invest into identifying key people to train in be able to assess some of these funding. I know we are all researchers. We all write very well. However, sometimes writing very well is not the same as being able to advocate and market for resource. Sometimes you need very skillful way to be able to do that. And so it's important that you train people to be able to do that, to be able to look for resources and to be able to assess the resources. It's also important to engage with government to see what are the opportunities for matching grants. For matching grant, as it can present critical mechanisms that leverage public stimulation of private sector research and innovation. I also urge you to leverage development partners, like I've said, in terms of funding, and joining international research funding organizations is also crucial to strengthen research. There are some consortium, like the Belmont Forum and others, that if Ghana is part of it, or the research fund is activated and joins, would also open up resources for Ghanaian researchers to be able to apply. Furthermore, these partnerships bring significant benefits that extends beyond financial support. For instance, membership in the Global Biodiversity Information Facility would not only provide funding for conservation of projects, but would also promote sharing, ensuring that Ghana's rich biodiversity information contributes to global effort. In conclusion, the need to prioritize research and innovation for sustainable development in Ghana is more pressing than ever. Our collective effort to address challenges like climate change, poverty, and health crisis must be grounded in world-funded strategic research initiative. By strengthening policy framework and operationalize the research fund, sensitizing private sector investment, and leveraging development partners funding, we can build a resilient research ecosystem that drives transformative solutions for our society. Our path forward requires collaboration and commitment from all sectors: government, academia, industry, and civil society. Today, we can create a future where sustainable development, not just as aspiration by reality, but let us seize this opportunity to turn our vision into action, ensuring a thriving and sustainable future for all generations. Thank you very much.
I believe we can do better for our keynoter. Whilst at it, I would invite those of us who were upstage to kindly resume our seats. Thank you very much, Mr. Odoi. Another round of applause, please. Department of Music and Dance will give us another interlude. Let's welcome them with a round of applause. Thank you, Department of Music and Dance, University of Cape Coast. So we have finally reached the point where the awards would be giving out. I would kindly ask that our Vice Chancellor, Professor Johnson Yakubuampong, who is chairing this event, would help us with the first set of presentations. Prof. Chair will be doing it down the stairs. And our first recipient is our keynoter, Mr. Justice Odokwe Udoi. I would invite you to take a plug, which I would quickly read what it says. And Directorate of Research, Innovation and Consultancy, Appreciation, Mr. Justice Odokwe Udoi, Senior Environmental Specialist, World Bank. The management of University of Cape Coast expresses its profound gratitude to you for serving as the guest speaker and your insightful and thought-provoking exposition on the theme funding research and innovation for sustainable development, the role of state and non-state actors on the occasion of the first Research and Innovation Week and 9th Research Awards and Grant Ceremony at the University of Cape Coast. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Udoi. The Best Researcher awardees. First on the list from the College of Education Studies, the award category is Best College Level Researcher Award. Let's welcome Dr. Jacob Owusu Safo. Thank you. Best College Level Researcher Award from the College of Humanities and Legal Studies. Let's welcome Dr. Peterson Owusu Jr. I'm sure there's a representative to pick it up for him. From the same award category and coming from the College of Health and Allied Sciences, welcome Professor Robert Peter Baini. This award category is Best Evolved Researcher Award from the College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences. Let's welcome Professor Samuel Kofi Tulashi. Thank you, Professor Chair. Thank you, Professor Tulashi. Let's do it for our chair whilst he takes a seat. And we welcome our keynoter for today, Mr. Justice Odokwe Udoi, to help us with the next set of awards. Now, this is for the contributions to Times Higher Education World University Rankings 2025 based on 2022 submitted data. Top 3 faculty members with highest scopus publications for 2022. Number of publications, 35, and it goes to Dr. John Hagen. Dr. John E. Hagen. That's the first. The second highest scopus The second highest corpus publications for 2022, with 27 of those, Professor Anochi Mohammed Adam, Provost of the College of Distance Education. Thank you very much. The third, with 24 publications, Dr. Emmanuel Asafu Ejei. Thank you very much. The next top 3 faculty members with highest corpus citations for 2022. The first has a number of citations totaling 11,464, Professor David Tvucc, the Director of the Directorate of Research, Innovation and Consultancy. The second has a total number of citations, 4,123, Associate Professor Kofi Adeleja Amega. Professor Amega, do we have a representative to pick it up? The third has a total number of citations, 1,823, Dr. Andreas Edichum Kudom. The next set of awards would be for the top 3 faculty members with highest research income for 2022. First on the list, Dr. Samuel Esiedu Owusu. We can applaud him whilst he makes his way to take the award. The second goes to Dr. Christopher Yaukwa. Dr. Kwa, do we have a rep? Anyone to take it on behalf of Dr. Kwa? Well, we have the Provost of the College of Education Studies doing that on his behalf. The third position goes to Dr. Patrick Opoku-Menu Mason. Dr. Patrick Opoku-Menu Mason. Right, Deputy Director of Tvucc, Professor Briabwa, will do us the honors. Let's welcome her. Thank you very much, Mr. Udoy. Let's applaud Mr. Udoy whilst he takes a seat. And then we welcome our registrar, Mr. Gideon Enoch Abakwe, to help us with the next set of presentations. Let's applaud him whilst he makes his way down the stage. Now, this set is the research support grantees, and this is how it's going to go. The proposal title, the college, and then the name of grantees will be read out. First is Building Climate Resilient Cities, Insights from a Meta-Aggregative Review of Urban Heat Adaptation Strategies and Challenges. Coming from the College of Health and Allied Sciences, we have Dr. Mustafa Amwedu, Dr. Kwame Kumi Asari, Professor Samuel Che, Dr. Edward Wilson Ansa, Dr. Kwame Kodia, and Dr. Susanna Abba Abraham. Thank you very much. The next, assessing the global burden and clinical implications of non-tuberculosis, mycobacteria and Mycobacterium tuberculosis co-infection, a systematic review and meta-analysis from the College of Health and Allied Sciences. Let's welcome Professor Emadeldine H.E. Konuzi, Dr. Kwame Kumiasari, Professor Samuel Che, Dr. Mustafa Amwedu, and Dr. Akwesi Ayamfo. Thank you. The next, efficacy of blood-stage malaria vaccines in preventing Plasmodium falciparum infections, a systematic review and meta-analysis coming from the College of Health and Allied Sciences, Dr. Akwesi Ayanfo, Dr. Kwame Kumiasari, Professor Samuel Che, and Dr. Mustafa Amwedu. The next has the proposal title, Meta-Analysis of Chemical Integrated Pest Management and Ecological Methods for Controlling Taro Leaf Blight Disease, coming from the College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences. Let's welcome Dr. Emmanuel Afutu, Professor Michael Osei Edu, Professor Paul Agu Asari, Dr. Kwejo Kusi Amoa, and Mr. Michael Amoa Nyako. The next set has the proposal title, Influence of Placental Location on Fetal and Neonatal Outcomes, a systematic review and meta-analysis from the College of Health and Allied Sciences. Let's welcome Dr. Joseph Akofol, Dr. Albert Dayo Pearson, and Mr. Theophilus Edubredu. Assessing the relationship between student support services and satisfaction, the mediating role of staff responsiveness from the College of Distance Education, Let's welcome Dr. Vincent Mensah Minaji, Dr. Paul Mensah Ejei, Dr. Joyce Kwachua Denchi, Dr. Lydia Aframia Denchi, and Dr. Moses Segbenya. For the next, effect of oil market volatility on employee attitude, loyalty, and purchasing power, implications for employees' well-being, from the College of Distance Education, Dr. Paul Mensah Ejei, Dr. Moses Sebenya, Dr. Lydia Denchi, Dr. Vincent Mensah Minaji, and Dr. Joyce Denchi. Thank you, Sir Registrar. We're grateful. I'll call on the Provost of the College of Health and Allied Sciences, Professor Martin Iko, to help us with the next set of presentations. And let's welcome him with a round of applause as he makes his way down the stage. Digitization in developing economies, predicting students' digital content use and continuance use intention using UTUAT approach. From the College of Distance Education, Dr. Emmanuel Arthur Nyako, Dr. Valentina Akofo, Dr. Anshre Kwekubefi, and Dr. Monica Ofosu-Kwarteng. The next, histofunctional assessment of selected organs in Sprague Dawley rats exposed to smoke emissions from pyrethroid containing mosquito coils. From the College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences, Dr. Francis Tambo, Dr. Ernest Aponsa Esiama, and Dr. Benjamin Abuaje. Evaluation of the responses of maize to glutamine rhizobacteria co-treatment. From the College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences, Dr. Israel Deladem Agoso, Dr. Carlos K. Tete, and Dr. Samuel Echampong. The next, edible insect production and consumption in Ghana, implications for poverty reduction, food security improvement, and sustainable development. From the College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences, Dr. Rebecca Owusu, Dr. Alexander Tetenue, Dr. Lawrence Echampong, and Dr. Fatima Abubakar Yvonne. Occupational health and safety issues facing coastal fisher communities in Central Region Ghana. From the College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences, let's welcome Dr. Michelle Nakwade Clote, Dr. Jacob Owusu Safo, and Dr. Kojo Owusu. Thank you very much, Professor Iko. I'll call on Professor Davis, Provost of the College of Education Studies, to help us with the next set. Let's welcome him, please. Our next award has the proposal title, Assessing Non-Communicable Disease Risk Burden Among University Lecturers, the Guardians of Knowledge Who Overlook Themselves. College of Health and Allied Sciences. Let's welcome Dr. Kasim Abdullahi, Dr. Jessica Ayensu, and Professor Christiana Insia Asamoah. The next is coming from the College of Health and Allied Sciences, Anti-Diabetic Property of Theobroma Cacao. Is going to Dr. Ernest Amponse Siama, Professor Boy, Dr. Benjamin Abuaje, and Dr. Francis Tambo. From the College of Health and Allied Sciences, this has the title, Chemical Safety in the Workplace, the Case of Printing Houses in Cape Coast, Ghana. It goes to Dr. James Kojopra, Professor Michael Akrofi Anang, Dr. Salifu Seydulari, and Dr. William Eklo. From the College of Health and Allied Sciences, this has the title Assessment of Anti-Diabetic Properties of a very long name. I'll skip and then introduce Professor Alex Boy, Professor Samuel Che, Dr. Ernest Amponse Siama. Forgive me, Professor Che. Let's welcome our recipients. The next, College of Humanities and Legal Studies. The title is Redefining Quality in Higher Education, Leveraging Student Satisfaction Survey as a Strategic Tool for Total Quality Management. Let's welcome Professor Gloria Kakraba Kwashi Ejapon, Professor Daniel Ejapon, Dr. Daniel Ufori, Dr. Prosper Jifaja Messi, Dr. Dixon Okorie Mriku, and Dr. Eric Gonu. Let's welcome. Thank you, Professor Davis. Let's welcome Professor Moses Jojo Egan, Provost of the College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences, to help us with the next set of awards. And this is under the non-teaching category. The title is Navigating Generative AI in Self-Learning Scholars Insight. And from the Sam Jonah Library, let's welcome Dr. Mark Anthony Kobler, Dr. Beatrice Asanti Sumoa, Dr. Diane Etuase, Dr. Gloria Techidonko, and Dr. Jacob Owusu Safo, and Mr. Theophilus Kwesi Odame Danso. Again, from the Sam Jonah Library, this has the title Exploring Perceptions on the Digital Archives of Ghana's Indigenous Knowledge, Bridging Tradition with Technology. Miss Matilda Ampa Johnston, Dr. Gloria Bosumtri Amoa, Mrs. Nesba Ajobu Ama, and Miss Vida Mensah. From the College of Distance Education, the title of this is Effect of Research Support Grants on Academics Research Output in Higher Education, a case of the University of Cape Coast. And this goes to Dr. Moses Sagbenya. And this is coming from Professor Jojo Egan's own college. The title is Exploring the Use of Corn and Millet Flours as Alternatives to Wheat Flour for Pastries Production. And it goes to Dr. Jerry Ampofo Esiama. Again from CANS. This says identification of bioactive compounds and molecular targets in croton. Wow. The name is Professor Alexander Remfo. Prof. Chair, forgive me, it's English, but it's difficult to pronounce them. Thank you very much, Professor Jojo Egan. I'll call on the Provost of the College of Distance Education, Professor Anochi Mohammed Adam, to help me with the next set of awards. This has the title, Developing an Optimized Device for the Recovery of Latent Finger Marks from Fired Cartridge Cases. From the College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences, let's welcome Dr. Maxwell Abedi. From the College of Health and Allied Sciences, development of a novel drug release retardant polymer from locally sourced Well, Dr. Mary Ann Acha. The next says assessment of residential education roles of domestic managers in Ghanaian senior high schools or senior technical schools boarding system from the College of Education Studies. Let's welcome Dr. Michael Boachi Yadom.